Periodic classification of element. We know that the things are classified on the basis of their properties. The earliest classification categorized elements into metals and non-metals, but it was difficult to classify the elements such as boron, which exhibited the properties of both metals as well as non-metals. Therefore, a German chemist, Dobryner, tried to arrange all the elements with similar properties into groups. He identified some groups having 3 elements each, so he called these groups triads. Dobryner showed that when 3 elements in a triad were written in order of increasing atomic masses, the atomic mass of the middle element was roughly the average of the atomic masses of the other 2 elements. Here we find that groups B and C form Dobryner triads. Dobryner could identify only 3 triads from the elements known at that time. Hence, this system of classification into triads was not found to be useful. In 1866, John Newlands, an English scientist, arranged the elements having the lowest atomic mass, hydrogen, and ended at thorium, which was the 56th element. He found that every 8th element had properties similar to that of the first. Therefore, he called it the law of octaves. It is known as Newland's law of octaves. But there were drawbacks of this law also. After that, a Russian chemist, Mendeleev, examined the relationship between the atomic masses of the elements and their physical and chemical properties. He formulated a periodic law which states that the properties of elements are the periodic functions of their atomic masses. Mendeleev's periodic law was modified and atomic number was adopted as the basis of modern periodic table. Modern periodic law can be stated as properties of elements are the periodic functions of their atomic numbers. Elements are placed in periods based on the number of shells in their atoms. The shortest period is the first period, which contains only 2 elements, hydrogen and helium. The second period contains elements from lithium to neon. The third period contains elements from sodium to argon. The fourth period contains elements from potassium to krypton. The fifth period contains elements from rubidium to xenon. The sixth period contains elements from cesium to radon, etc. And seventh period is incomplete. Classification of elements into groups is based on the number of valence electrons in an atom.